everybody. Remember me from last year? I'm Mrs. Savick. And I like to come into classrooms and read stories to boys and girls about lots and lots of different things. Sometimes it's about feelings, might be about overcoming struggles in your life. Maybe it's going to be about friends, being able to get along with others. Today's story is all about an owl, a young owl. And that owl was afraid of the dark. He didn't want to go hunting with his parents, who were barn owls, because he didn't like the dark. So we'll see what happens to him. I'm reading to you today from my backyard. And right next to me is an old stump of a tree that lived here for over 200 years until this last summer when he fell down, and now I don't have him anymore, but he's going to be here for the story because he liked stories. Okay, let's get going. The name of the story for today is The Owl Who Was Afraid of the Dark. The author is Jill Tomlinson. Let's get into this story and see what happens to this owl. Put on my glasses. Okay. The dark is scary, Plop told his mother. I don't want to be a night bird. I don't want to. Well, maybe I think you ought to think about this a little bit, said his mother. I think you should go out and ask some people, maybe some animals, about what they think of the dark and how they feel about the dark. And it might make you more comfortable to go into the dark. Plop decided to do what his mother had asked. And he flew down to the bottom of the tree and found someone sitting there. There he is with his mom. The tree looks a little bit like my oak tree. Owls used to like to go into my oak tree. They had fun there. Okay. Hello, said Plop, talking to a boy who was sitting on the ground at the bottom of the tree. I'm afraid of the dark. Are you afraid of the dark? What do you think about the dark? The boy thought about it for a few minutes, and then he said, well, I love the dark. Dark is wonderful. It's kind of exciting. Said Plop. Really? Yes, said the boy. It's especially excited to be in the dark when there's fireworks going on. And there's going to be fireworks tonight. Why don't you come and watch them? Plop decided he might do that with his mom and dad. That night, sitting between his mother and his father, Plop enjoyed the fireworks very, very much. But at the end, he said he still was afraid of the dark. So look at, there they are. You can see the fireworks reflecting in their eyes. Can you see that? The next day, his mother said to Plop, are you going to talk to somebody else about the dark? I know there's a lady who's right down in that garden, and she seems very kind. I think she would tell you her thoughts about the dark. Why don't you go and talk to her? Plop decided he would do this. Hello, he said to the woman. How are you? I'm here because I'm trying to find out about the dark. I really don't like the dark, and I don't want to be a night bird. Said the woman. Well, I like the dark. I like it because it feels kind. I like to sit in my chair and rock and think about all my sweet memories. And I can do it more easily in the dark, right after the sun goes down. Why don't you try it? Said the woman. I think you would find it very nice. Okay, thank you, said Plop, and he flew back up to tell all of this to his mother. The next day, Plop was thinking more and more about how he felt about the dark. And then he saw a boy sitting on a log, and he decided he'd go down and talk to that boy about the dark. The boy was a Boy Scout. "Hello," said Plop. "Do you like the dark?" Said the boy. "The dark is lots of fun. I have some of my best times in the dark with the other Boy Scouts. We play games, we sing songs, and sometimes we tell stories around the campfire, just like what we're doing right now." The boy asked Plop to join him that night when all the boys would be there and they would sing some songs and tell some stories in front of the fire. Plop decided he would do that. There he is in front of his campfire, just like I'm in front of this campfire. See him up here. Plop told his mother and father all about the boy and how much fun he had listening to the Boy Scouts sing their songs and tell their stories. Then, later that day, Plop saw a girl who was looking around on the ground for nuts and things like that and stones. He flew down to her and said, "Hi there. I'm wondering what you think about the dark. Do you like the dark?" "I don't like the dark," said Plop. "What do you think?" The girl looked at him and thought and thought. And then she said, "I think the dark is necessary." That was a big word for Plop. Necessary? What do you mean? She said, "Well, you have to have the dark in order for Santa to come in the night." "Oh," said Plop. The girl said that she always hung up her stocking so that Santa could put some treasures in the stocking. "Well, I don't even have a stocking," said Plop. And the girl said, Never worry. I'll give you my sock and you can use that." Plop was thrilled, and he flew home to show his mother the sock he got from the girl. That was very kind of the girl to do that for him. Then Plop's father came home. "How are you, Plop?" he said. "I heard that you've been asking people about the dark." "Yes, Daddy, I have, but I'm still afraid of the dark, although I like hearing all these things from the different people I talk to." There's his dad. You can see how huge his dad is. A huge owl. That evening, instead of going to sleep, Plop decided to fly down to where a man was looking through in some sort of machine. When he got down there and landed on the man's shoulder, he asked the man, "What are you doing?" And the man said, "Oh, I love to look at the night sky. It's wondrous. There's so many beautiful things in the night sky. The Big Dipper, the North Star, and the Hunter Orion. Would you like to look through my telescope?" "Yes," said Plop, "I would." When Plop got home again, he told his parents all about the man with the telescope. They were interested in that. "Must have been beautiful to look at the night sky," said his mother and father. "I really liked it," said Plop, "but I'm still a little nervous about being in the dark." "Well, maybe you have to have more time to think about it," said his parents. "We're hoping that someday you'll feel happy to be in the night, and then you could come hunting with us when we go off into the moonlight." That night, after his parents went flying away to do their hunting, Plop sat under the tree and looked around. All of a sudden, he saw a black cat walking toward him. He had not asked any animals about what they thought of the night sky, and now was his chance. He stopped the cat and said, "Mr. Black Cat, what do you think of the night? Do you like it?" "Oh, I love the night," said the black cat. "It's absolutely, wonderful. It makes me so happy to look at the night all night long. Come with me. I'll take you to where I like to sit and look at the town." So Plop is going to go off with Black Cat. The cat took him to a part of the town that was at the edge of the mountain. They climbed up on some boards and then onto the low roof and then up to the high roof. And they sat there together looking at the city at night. Oh, it was so beautiful. Plop could see the stars, and he could see the houses, and he could see some of the people in their houses. He loved watching all of that. "It is beautiful," he said to Cat. When Plop got home that night, he told his parents all about what he had done with the cat, how he had looked at the city and how beautiful it looked. He had done a lot of exploring and asked many, many questions about the dark. The boy at the very beginning had said that the night was exciting. Then the old lady had said it was kind. And to when he talked to the man, he had said that it was wondrous to look at the night sky and the stars. The cat had said it was absolutely beautiful. And the Boy Scout had said it was fun. He had heard so many positive things about the night. And Plop had kind of gotten used to being in the night as he was asking all these questions and thinking about the night. He began to feel much better about it. His parents said, "Plop, what do you think? Are you still afraid of the night?" Plop thought and thought. And then he said, "I think the night is just right for me. I think I'm ready to go flying with you in the night." His parents were so happy. That night, Plop flew away toward the moon. The moon was shining down on him, and he felt absolutely wonderful. It made him smile, and he flew in between both his mother and his father. So there are so many things in this story. When Plop was afraid of the night, his mother said, "Well, I think you ought to get some information about the night. Talk to some people." So that was a very good suggestion, and he did. That helped him. Another thing that helped him was actually telling his mom and his dad that he was afraid. He let them know what he was thinking, because then people can help you if you are afraid of something. So that helped him too. And then he was doing things little by little. Every day he did something else, talked to another person, and slowly, no one rushed him, slowly, he began to feel confident. He began to feel, maybe I am okay to be a night bird. So it took time, it took support, and it took understanding. So next time if you have a problem or something that's bothering you, it's a good thing to tell your parents or tell someone about it. Start talking about it. That's going to help you. It's going to help you to feel better and better about whatever it is that the problem is. So I'm so glad you came into my yard and see my old friend, the tree, who was here for all those many, many years. I'd say about 200 years. I'll see you next time. I'll choose another story and we'll have another time to enjoy the story together.